Welcome back, trainers. So we have some pretty exciting stuff to go over in this video here, including you can now submit Pokestops. That's right, for everybody, at least level 40s at this point. I'm assuming it's going to roll out to other levels in due time. We're going to go ahead and take a look at me submitting one, kind of a silly stop. I didn't really want to run around town looking for the perfect place to submit a Pokestop, so I did go to a local place, Cabela's, and went to their kind of taxidermy area and just did a little walkthrough to see how this did go down. We're also going to have a new shiny getting introduced, as well as Terrakion for our next legendary raid. So go into your options as you've seen here. Simple as that. Submit a Pokestop, and then it's going to bring you to your location, and this is where I was at. Now I wanted to make sure 100% that this was the exact location, so I am going to go ahead and move it around here to make sure that it is in fact the location that I'm in. I can see the other store target there, so we're looking great. This is also a fantastic cluster area. It was kind of ruined when they did shift the spawns, but they're kind of just moved over a parking lot. Anyways, we picked our location. We're going to go ahead and go to next. It's going to ask you to use your camera at this point, and of course you're going to have to allow it permission to do so. And as you can see, this is the taxidermy area. Like I said, this isn't going to be the best submission. I just kind of wanted to do a little walkthrough and show you guys how it does perform here. So if I do sound a little bit different, a little slower here, I am really feeling under the weather. I really pushed myself last week and I really regret it, but at least I did get a lot of eggs hatched. Anyways, here is the squirrel. This is a squirrel. I thought it was a very unusual taxidermy. It's not even really perched on anything too much. It's just kind of like between its legs. Its feet are not even on anything. So I was like, all right, this seems like a fun one to do. So we're going to go ahead and take that picture there. And then it's going to actually ask you to take another picture of the surrounding area just to make sure you're not putting anybody in danger. Like say there was a piece of art, I suppose, between two roads and, you know, nowhere to actually access it. They want to make sure it is a safe area. You can put the dots together on pretty much how that all is going to work out. So I did take a picture of the surrounding taxidermy squirrel. And actually this place has a few stops. Well, actually it has one Pokestop and a gym. And then it's going to go on to ask you to write a decent description as to why this actually should be submitted as a Pokestop and be considered. So go ahead and put that in there. But first we're going to go ahead and put the name. We'll get to that part that I just mentioned. Scrolling around and a little bit of a description here. Now some of the stops that I was reviewing under their website didn't have descriptions, so I don't know if that's going to be 100% needed. I would assume if you wanted your stop to get approved by other trainers or people who can approve stops, that you should probably put a description. And then they're going to go on to ask you a few more questions, and you go ahead and put in what you need. After you're done, thank you for your nomination. You will receive an email with details shortly. So there you have it. Now I did go onto their website to start accessing other stops that have been nominated, points of interest. And I did just poke around and I approved a couple. I wouldn't say approved, but I kind of said, yeah, this seems like a legit spot. There was a few that were out of state, and then eventually I was able to get into my own state. Many miles from Anchorage, but I was able to finally find one near me. So that is pretty neat. I'm excited to test this out in the future. Like I said, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, so I didn't really explore this 100% at this point. So good luck out there on getting new Pokestops. Can you just put any old Pokestop anywhere? Not necessarily, guys. It has to be something legitimate, okay? Up next, we do have super effective event going down here, just bringing super effective awareness to trainers. Maybe there's people who've never played Pokemon in their life and they're not too aware of super effective type, like, hey, this move is actually going to be stronger against this specific Pokemon, or this Pokemon actually resists this one. It might help them in battle. So just bring in a bit more awareness to these other trainers here. This is going to be going down November 19th until November 26th. Features: Pokemon that might be strong partners in battle against Team Go Rocket and other trainers will be appearing more often in the wild, in raids, and in field research. If you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny Tentacruel. That's fantastic. I really enjoy that Pokemon, but this phrase, strong against Team Go Rocket and other trainers, is very vague. Are they going to be focusing more on PvP Pokemon, or they're just kind of throwing out these words and saying that there's going to be Pokemon in the wild? I don't know. We'll have to see what Pokemon we do see. And then the bonuses are going to be ×2 Stardust from trainer battles, more potions and revives from Pokestops. Thank you. These Team Go Rocket leaders are really sucking up the resources when you're trying to do this 1500 challenge. And then we have, this is going to be great, music to so many people. Guaranteed charge move from a 3-star rate and higher. That is absolutely fantastic news. And then Terrakion is going to be our next legendary raid. It is going to be here from November 26th at 1 p.m. PDT, of course, until December 17th. Terrakion will make its debut in 5-star raids. Alright, so I will go over the counters at the end of this video for Terrakion if you're interested in that. Friend Fest. Alright, let's go over this. Celebrate the spirit of family and friendship with the first ever Friend Fest. This is going to be going down November 27th until December 2nd. Features encounter family-themed Pokemon such as Nidoran female and Nidoran male, which is going to be great news because their shinies look great and I really enjoy those Pokemon. I could always use another Nidoran shiny male, of course a female as well too. You will also be able to encounter their evolutions and more in the wild and in research tasks. So this is interesting because we did have a while back for one day, this event did go down, not this specific one, but it was Women's Day I do believe, in which the Nidoran female of course and the evolutions were in the wild upon shiny release as well. You were able to find even a shiny Nidoqueen. Don't think that this is going to be the same kind of deal going down here, but you never know, we'll just have to wait and see. But it's still going to be nice. We're going to be able to possibly encounter more of those shiny Nidoran female and males in the wild and or in tasks. Now the bonuses for Friend Fest are going to be half Stardust trade cost. You can make 2 special trades per day, so that's also going to be nice. Both of those features are fantastic, as well as the third one here, very interesting, attack boost when you raid with friends. So maybe possibly there was a duo that you couldn't complete. You just needed a little bit more. This might just help you get that boost you needed to complete that possible duo, trio, or 4-man something. Not too sure exactly what you're going to be doing out there, but just take note that you're going to be doing more damage for this specific event. Well, trainers, it's a good thing I'm not feeling too great and getting this video up as soon as possible, because in a classic Niantic predicament, check it out. This is what they have to say here. So there was a mistake in the vlog. Basically, we're only going to be guaranteed charge TMs from 3-star raids, not 4 or 5-star. We apologize for the miscommunication. I don't understand. Why can't they just go with it? If we defeat a 4-star or 5-star raid, why can't we just get a charge TM? Makes absolutely no sense, but it's Niantic, I guess. So with the release of Pokemon Sword and Shield in a couple of days, and even released in certain places, we are going to get a few Galarian forms that we have been predicting for quite some time now, and looks like everything has been added into the master files. Now if you're thinking, are we going to get Farfetch'd? Are we going to get the new Mr. Mime? Unfortunately at this time it doesn't look like we will be. Just currently Pokemon that we do already have, but just in their Galarian forms, much like the Alolans to Kantos, like when we did get that update. This is going to include the Galarian Wheezing, as well as the Coughing, of course. So this is going to be a Fairy and Poison type. Very interesting. Can't wait to test that out. Resisting Fighting quite a bit. The Galarian Zigzagoon. So you have Normal and Dark, much like the Alolan Raticate. Extremely weak to Fighting, but also resisting Ghost quite a bit. And then the Galarian Liloon. So this is currently able to participate in the Ferocious Cup. And then we have Obstagoon, which is going to be quite interesting. I can't wait to see what moves they decide to give to it, as well as the stats. Now, moving on to Terrakion here. We did go over this, but kind of a bit of a refresher right now. It's going to be a Rock and Fighting type. Now, out of all of the 3 Swords of Justice, this is going to be the most useful one by far. Alright, but unfortunately it's going to be falling short of being the best Rock type attacker, but there is something else we can go over here. But first, take a look at its stats. It's going to have a max CP of 3,698, attack 260, defense 192, and stamina 209. It's going to be weak to Fairy, Fighting, Grass, Ground, Psychic, Steel, and Water, resisting Bug, Dark, Fire, Normal, Poison, and Rock. The moves it is going to be containing are Zen Headbutt and Smackdown. The charge moves are going to be Close Combat, Earthquake, and Rock Slide. Alright, so looking good, but as far as a quick fighting move, it doesn't have it, so unfortunately it's not going to be really effective as a pure fighting type attacker. Now taking a look at the top counters to go up against Terrakion, this is going to be in neutral weather. We'll take a look at cloudy as well as snowy here in just a moment. First up is going to be Mewtwo with Psycho Cut and Psych Strike. Psych Strike is going to be that special move. It's going to take 22 of those with a time to win of 526 seconds. So that's pretty significant over the others. Then we have Metagross with Bullet Punch and Meteor Mash sitting at 635. And then if we move down here, we have Jirachi, Alakazam, and then Espeon. So if you do not have any of those powered up, because it will take a good amount of resources to do so, then you do have these other options. Now, I know a lot of us did power up Machamps because they have been so prevalent. Going up against many different types of raids, we all stacked up on them, right? Well, it's okay. Yes, it is going to be in that number 7 spot, but we're going to see how well it is going to perform if we do have cloudy weather. So with cloudy weather, Machamp is going to be moving up to that number 2 spot with a time to win of 571 seconds. Pretty significant. Then you have Hariyama there with a time to win of 611 seconds, a pretty tanky option. It's going to take 29 of those, and Machamp's 28 because they're doing a little bit more damage and getting the job done quicker. Now it is going to be wintertime, so if it is snowing, you will get a boost on that steel type, in which Metagross is going to pull up in front of Mewtwo with a time to win of 522 seconds. You will need that Community Day Meteor Mash as well as a Bullet Punch. Bullet Punch is an option you can get all the time. Now, taking a look at how good Terrakion is going to be, is it something you're going to want to pursue vigorously and get a ton of, and so on and so on. We have Rampardos with Smackdown and Rock Slide with a DPS of 18.4 and a TDO of 370. And then you have Terrakion with Smackdown and Rock Slide, same moveset, pretty much the best rock moveset that you can get, right? Better than Stone Edge because it will be able to be spammed a lot quicker. So anyways, Terrakion with the same moveset, DPS is going to be 15.6. So it's going to be significantly behind Rampardos, but here is the flip. It is going to be lasting a lot longer with a TDO of 505, therefore almost making up for that loss of DPS. Now, you want Rampardos for the quickest finish, you want Terrakion for a longer lasting Pokemon and using less resources. So it is still going to be good, but at the end of the day, Rampardos is going to be better. And with that said, trainers, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends who may be interested, and I'm personally going to get some rest as I really pushed myself a little too hard last week. Thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.